Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We've got a ton going on here at Spirit Blade Productions and Christian Geek Central, including our in-depth Bible study for geeks, movie, game, and other entertainment reviews or commentary, live streams, Christian geek news, original audio dramas, and tons more. And on top of all that, you can become a Spirit Blade insider with an influential voice and get access to exclusive content and rewards. It's your involvement as a patron that will keep all of this going and growing, so I want to thank you for your consideration in that. For more information, please check out our Patreon page through the link below at patreon.com/spiritbladeproductions. Thanks for listening. Okay. Well, let me figure out what game I'm going to play first. Yeah, let's do some Final Fantasy XII.
Are you still recording?
Yeah, I'm still streaming.
Is the camera still on?
Yes.
Is that a new shirt?
Yeah.
Where'd you get it and when?
I bought it online.
When?
We can talk later. Go do your chores. I'll see you at 10:45. All right. Let's see here. This has got a weird, like, saving and loading system. They, like, ask you way too many times if you want to do things. So, like, okay, here's my save. Load this up. Do you want to load this save data? Yeah, that's why I selected it. Loading. Hey, it's loaded now. You want to continue? Okay. Really weird. Really weird. I don't know any other games in my collection that do that. Alright, I'm actually going to just pause for a moment here and eat some donut. Some Quick Trip donut. The best donuts in the land for my money. Alright, well hey, let me roll on the +2 page of many topics. See what comes up. 6. Okay. Me and camping and nature. I'm not a fan of camping. I know that some people that's, you know, I don't think that's necessarily like a geek thing or a nerd thing, because I think there are plenty of geeks and nerds who love being outdoorsy and stuff, and I love the idea of the outdoors. And so when I play open world games, I love it when you can hear the crunchy boots, and I love it when you hear the rain and all the different sounds of nature. But nature is fallen, nature is broken, or at least I am broken and so am susceptible to harms that maybe I would not be susceptible to if not for the fall. And so there are all kinds of weird creatures and bugs that have unknown abilities to sting or to poke or to bite or to do other things. And so I'm not comfortable in nature. There's kind of like a peace treaty, I think, between me and nature, where like we just agreed to not encroach upon each other's territory, and as long as that treaty is maintained, everything will be fine. If the terms of that treaty are violated, such as when I would find myself going on a camping trip of some kind, nature comes to get me. But I found that I do much better if I just leave nature alone and nature leaves me alone. And you know, again, that does come into my fear of the unknown, fear of what I can't control. I am a bit of a control freak. I've always been afraid of the unknown, so that's definitely in play there. But it's not that I hate nature, I just hate the bad things that come along with nature far more than I like the good things. But I do look forward to the new heaven and the new earth, when we will have glorified bodies, and heaven and earth themselves will be different in some way. And so the relationship between man and nature will be restored, and I will be able to enjoy nature, be out in nature, not have to constantly be protecting myself from nature. You know, I really look forward to that. And so I really like video games where I get to kind of get like an imaginary foretaste of that, like walking around in the open world of Skyrim, or later on as I'll play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You know, games that do a good job of bringing like doing audio design and visual to some extent, but I'm very auditorily oriented, so sound is a big deal to me in games. And yeah, so that's where I'm at with nature. I'm curious where you guys are at. Are there any nature lovers out there, or any of you that, like me, are like, no, thank you, nature? Just give me a few minutes. I'll let you guys respond to that while I eat my donut. Ugh. I don't get to eat these anymore. Just on Extra Life. No other streams, no other occasions. Not on my property. I can't eat them on my property. That's the rule for myself. If I break that rule, I lose my potential $5 a week bonus fund money that I get for being faithful and exercising and other dietary stuff. Which isn't a ton, but $5 a week can add up. It can buy a digital-only game that's on sale or something. I also really... It was hard. I had to avoid any Halloween candy leftovers yesterday because I didn't want any sugar in my system that might keep me awake. Oh, cool! A team member just got a donation. Awesome. Almost done. Almost done. I want to be sure you guys can see my logo. Love the Game Genie. I really miss having cheats in video games. I mean, as extensively as you could have them with the Game Genie. I know that some games do put cheats in their games, and there are exploits you can find and stuff, but it's nothing like the Game Genie, Game Shark days. Unless you're playing on PC. All right. All right. Back in it to win it. Now I am heading north. I gotta get from here to up here. So it might be a bit of a trek. I really don't know. I haven't played this in a while, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
The combat in this game reminds me quite a bit of the real-time with pause combat of the Baldur's Gate games, Dragon Age Origins, and Pillars of Eternity. And I'm a real big fan of that type of combat. Okay. Let's see here. They are all just attacking, but he's below 50%. Do I not have a gambit set to heal party members below 50%? Oh, there's my high potions. Oh man, that hardly did anything. Alright, I gotta look at my gambits here. Oops, wrong button. Jeez, okay. Okay, I gotta move this up, that's the problem. Hang on, let's stay on this guy. Yeah. Ouch. Any Final Fantasy fans watching right now? Be curious if there are, and what you thought of Final Fantasy XII. It really changed up the formula a lot. Oof, all right. Jill Nelson says, I could never get into the games. Yeah, I think they've really been trying to get people like you, Joel, to get into them, and that's why they've changed the formula up so much. As like an old school Final Fantasy nerd, I'm kind of like, leave my games alone, you know, because I liked that turn-based format, and so the first time I played this, I was like, I don't like this. And it kind of grew on me over time, but I didn't really love this game until after playing the Baldur's Gate games and Dragon Age Origins and realizing, oh, I really like that kind of gameplay. I think Final Fantasy XII had something like that, and for some reason I just was able to appreciate it so much more the second time around, and it's since become, as far as the combat goes, my favorite Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Fran. Let's see here. Oh, silence, that sucks. Let's see if we can fix that. Which one of these? Slow and stop. Crap, I can't remember which one of these cures silence. I probably passed it already. Unless I don't have something right now that can cure silence. Oh, am I gonna have to use a remedy? Oh, echo herbs. There we go. Oh, crap. No, dude, we gotta have you attacking this thing. Did we lose Vaughn? Is he back? We lost him for a second there. Oh my gosh, I'm getting my butt handed to me. Guess I'll go with Balthier. Let's see here. Let's, It might be a little too low level for this.
At your back.
There he goes. Oh, he's back. Okay, they brought him back. Good. Well, guys, let's stay on this guy here. Oh, it's that fire elemental that I don't think I'm up for right now. Yeah, you're hardly doing any damage to him, guys. Let's get the crap out of here. Oops, crap. I did not mean to speed up that. Which one's the fleeing button? There we go, fleeing. Run, guys, run! Oh, I don't want to fight that thing again. Can we get through here?
Yeah.
Oh, crap! Go, go, go! Alright. Let's maybe grind back here a little bit. So Joel Nelson, continuing on his thoughts about the Final Fantasy games, says it feels like the gameplay is slowed down in turn-based games. I prefer quick-paced games. Have you played Diablo 3? I agree that, like, for me, ever since, gosh, Final Fantasy, was it 2 in the US and 4 in Japan? They started using what's called an active time battle system, which is kind of what's going on in this game as well, where you take a turn and then there's a meter that has to wind down before you can select another move for your guy. And I think that's the wrong way to do it for my tastes. The turn-based games that I enjoy that tend to be more fast-paced, like I'll play one maybe a little bit later called Elminage Original, and it's similar to Dragon Quest, where you select a move and then it gets carried out really fast, you know? So it's not like these big drawn-out animations and stuff and this waiting until you can choose again for your character to take an action. It really, the game moves at the pace that you make choices. And so I prefer that instead of the active time battle system that really became popular. Welcome back, John! And Joel, I have played Diablo 3. I've got it on PS4. I played through it first on Xbox 360. And enjoyed it. It's still not my preferred type of like Diablo-style game. I don't like to have like swarms of enemies on the screen. I like to have fewer enemies that individually pack a greater punch and are a little bit more of a threat. You know, not on the other extreme, which would be like a Souls-like game where every enemy is like, this is life or death, baby. But more... Well, I mean, I think of... let's see here. Let's keep Balthier in. Oh, what am I even thinking about? I think of... Oh, yeah. I think of the Champions of Norath games for PlayStation 2 or the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance games for PlayStation 2. Those were like Diablo-style games that worked for me, and they didn't have swarming enemies, and I suspect that may be because of the limitations of the technology. They couldn't put that many enemies on the screen at once without it kind of slowing things down. And so once the technology was capable of getting more enemies on screen, they started doing that in these style of games, in most of them. And I wish they wouldn't. I don't know what it is. I just prefer... I think at some point when you get so many enemies on the screen, it feels like almost like an RTS, like a real-time strategy game, instead of what I think of as those core Diablo experiences. But I still have Diablo 3. It's one that I'll probably pull out when I feel like my boys are old enough and ready for it, as like a co-op thing that we could do together. Oh man. I need to buy some more Phoenix Downs. Come on now. Give me the... there we go. That's probably good for now. That's probably good, probably good. Oh, I could maybe use a few more of those. Yeah, I think that's good for now. Oh, I could buy some more high potions. And maybe just one more Phoenix down. Alright. I definitely do not play the Final Fantasy games for their stories. I did enjoy the story for Final Fantasy 3/6 and Final Fantasy 9 at the time, but going back to them now even, it's just not really a draw for me. Alright, team. Oh, let's see, I want to change the party leader. All right. These guys, they're with their green bars like that, they won't attack you unless you enter combat with them. I think also they can get antagonized sometimes by, yep, he just did, by seeing you in combat with other animals. Or creatures or monsters or whatever. And if you feel confident on the PlayStation 4 version with your settings for your character's AI, you can speed up battle, and it'll pass a lot faster. Just with the click of a button, you can speed up battle, speed up moving around the world, you know. So that's kind of a nice feature. I'm trying to keep an eye out for that fire elemental. I don't want it to sneak up on me, and because that thing was really taking me out. This guy's really got some protection on him or something. It's getting hard to whittle him down. Let's speed this up a little bit. I think we're doing okay. We just gotta. It's just gonna take a while.
Your best.
Oh, Van went down, or Vaughn, or whatever the crap. There we go, finally. Let's see, where is that fire elemental? Oh, it might not be here this time. Okay, well, let's go after these guys then. Yeah, I think they really did a really nice job with this remaster. All the redone textures and stuff. I mean, it in some ways almost passes as a PS4 game. I think it's just the polygon count that is a little low. Alright, I'm gonna roll again on the +2 page of many topics. Oh! Oh, okay. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. And that is Marvel movies I really like. And that's not counting any of the X-Men movies or the 2 Amazing Spider-Man movies, which I enjoy both of those Spider-Man movies and pretty much all the X-Men movies. But no, really just these, the main Marvel Cinematic Universe movies that I really like. If you've watched or listened to my reviews in the past, I probably have sounded like a broken record in saying, that I don't really enjoy most of those movies. So I thought it would be good to put on the list this opportunity to talk about the movies that I really like. For me, it starts with I mean, I like all 3 of the Iron Man movies. I really think they're solid. The first one, most of all. That movie, I mean, it was like it set a new standard for superhero movies for me. That was such a cool experience. The casting was so clever. I mean, Tony Stark was really reinvented by Robert Downey Jr., I think. And the banter between Tony Stark and Pepper Potts, in especially that first movie, but also, I think to some degree they were able to recapture the magic in the second and third. But the humor in those movies, it's really strong. It grows out of who those characters are, and that's really important to me. I don't like to have just quipping and just smart alecky remarks. I like the humor to come out of who the character is, say something about who the character is, and so it all came out of Robert Downey Jr.'s take on Tony Stark, and I just love that. And yet they also went to some serious places, when he was captured at the beginning of that movie and facing death, facing an evil that looked a lot like what we think of as real-world terrorism, So it was very grounded in that sense. It opened up and became, there was more of a like a comic book type villain by the end of that movie, but through much of that movie, we were dealing with these very kind of grounded, real-world-ish kinds of threats. And so that blend of humor and attention to characterization and serious action and serious stakes. Wow, I mean, that Iron Man movie was really something. I just like... And the last line of that movie, you know, when he's in front of the press, you know the one I'm talking about, just left me with a grin on my face and like, when is the next one coming out? That, I just like was smiling from... I was just grinning from ear to ear. I really enjoyed that movie. The second one, I think I have grown to appreciate more after seeing it and it not being as good an experience for me as the first one. You know, I think I kind of was feeling the letdown a little bit of that, but once I, you know, just chose to forgive it for the ways in which it didn't match up in my mind to the first one, it still had some really great things going for it. It had a villain who, while not particularly complex, was tragic, you know, and I really appreciated that. And yeah, it was, and they still had some of that banter going. That while it didn't feel as natural to me as the first one, it was still largely working really well for me. And the third one, the third one was more than the sum of its parts, is how I would describe that one. Because I typically really dislike movies where the superhero stories where the hero loses his powers, you know? And Tony is without a suit for a lot of the time in that movie, compared to the other two movies, I think. I haven't actually timed it with a stopwatch, but... so I was surprised that I was enjoying it so much, and if you haven't seen Iron Man 3 and you plan on watching it, I don't want to spoil anything for you. There was a twist or a sharp left turn regarding the villain in that movie that I still am like, I wish they wouldn't have done that. But the actor, whose name escapes me right now, was such a good performer. And he, just like that, the humor that he was using, he was so good for it. He was not just an actor saying quips. He was bringing... I like comedic actors. It can't just rely on the script and the line itself. I really like an actor that can bring a subtext, an added layer to the comedy, and he really did that so well with that controversial character. So yeah, all three of those Iron Man movies, really enjoy. What else is on my list? Oh yeah, both Captain America: The First Avenger and Captain America: Winter Soldier. Really enjoyed both of those. I loved that Captain America: The First Avenger was a period piece. I've wanted to see a Justice Society movie for a long time, and Captain America might be the closest I ever get to that, but I love that it was a period piece. Really cool, and still fairly grounded, you know? There's a moment where Steve Rogers jumps on the grenade that other people, I think, find funny. A lot of other people, I did not find that funny. I found that very moving to me. Because it just said something about this character. It just said something about his heart and his sense of virtue that was really striking to me, really moving to me. And so I just appreciated Steve Rogers as a character in that movie. And, you know, it had good superhero stuff going on, too, and, you know, yeah. But even more so, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It was kind of like a military espionage type of movie with superheroes thrown in the mix. Let's see here. Oh, she's gonna cure him. He'll be fine. And it largely had a serious tone, you know. And if the comedy is not going to resonate with me, I would rather it just be serious. And so I thought that Steve Rogers had some funny moments, definitely, in the first Avengers movie. But generally, I do not think he works well when you're using him for comedy, unless it's those fish out of water moments. I think that's nice, because it springs out of his character, it springs out of who he is. And so anyway, I really appreciated Winter Soldier. It introduced yet another tragic villain. Really nice stuff in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
What else was on my list? Spider-Man Homecoming. I mean, and a lot of these I've reviewed. And Ben Kingsley, thank you, John. Yes, Ben Kingsley. Yeah, Ben Kingsley played, I won't say the character's name. It's a little bit complex. Yeah, so Spider-Man Homecoming. Again, the humor came out of these characters. I was wondering for a while what they were going to do with Spider-Man, because by the time Spider-Man came out, Marvel had established itself as, we are movies where the characters are all wisecracking characters. All of them. All the hero characters. You know, they all get a moment. You know, even Steve Rogers, they would, have kind of cracking wise on some occasions. And I was like, what are they going to do when they bring Peter Parker onto the scene? Because he's the one that's known for wisecracking and quipping in the middle of combat. They're going to have to for him to stand out from the others, they're going to have to amp him up so much, it's going to be like he's on crack. I mean, it's going to be insane. But they did something different. And that difference was they actually had the humor come out of his character. As opposed to the interchangeable lines that could, quips that could belong to anybody and just got rotated around. He was this insecure kid, and he was enjoying the wonder of these powers and the wonder of being around these superheroes that he admired, and feeling bad even as he was fighting them. When he was in Civil War, that's when he first made his appearance, And I really just love what they've done with the Peter Parker character. And so Homecoming was great. It also attached his problem with the main villain to his personal problems. And as the creators of the recent Spider-Man game observed, that's when the best Spider-Man stories are told, when his personal life intersects with his crime-fighting life. And so to see that, it just worked really well. I really enjoyed Spider-Man Homecoming. Really enjoyed the casting too, and yeah, it was just good times for me. Good times. Black Panther, man, I enjoyed Black Panther more than I've enjoyed any Marvel movie in a long time. I'm not sure where I would rank it, but man, that was great. And I felt like you could do Black Panther and have it be, like, as far as, like, the ethnic element is concerned, you could do Black Panther and it just be lip service to an ethnicity. But I really felt like they took his ethnicity and his cultural background and they brought it into the design of his costume, they brought it into the color scheme that the movie used. They just did some neat things that gave it a different feel. And there was some wisecracking, but I would say it was more like the characters were having fun, like his sister, who acts as his support back in his Batcave or whatever that is. There was a sense of fun, not necessarily wisecrack, and there was some of that. But I think on the whole, it was more serious than Marvel movies typically are, and it's hard, beyond saying what I've just said, to tell you why I liked it as much as I did. I just enjoyed it. The villain, I think, was another kind of tragic villain, had some of that going on, so that was nice. Yeah. I just like that movie. I guess I'd have to watch my review again to remember what it was exactly, if I could even tell then, that stood out to me. And then the last one on my list would be Avengers Infinity War. I think probably the main difference in that one was that because the stakes were as high as they were, and because they took the story where they did, there just wasn't quite as much room for joking. Well, no, I should give them credit for stripping out jokes too, because Hawkeye cracks a joke over the corpse of a fallen teammate in one of the other Avengers movies. I can't remember the name of it, which seems really odd to me. But this movie doesn't do that. It really treats the danger as really heavy and serious, you know. And it had great teamwork, you know. I'm thinking of like the fight with Doctor Strange and the main villain, and the teammates that were with him, and how Doctor Strange was utilized in that combat situation in cooperation with the other heroes. I mean, like, there was some really cool stuff going on, and I think I remember some comedic moments coming out of who the characters were, you know, which is not always the case in those movies. And so, yeah, so let it be forever remembered the next time I tell you I didn't enjoy a Marvel movie yet again, that I really enjoyed Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Captain America the First Avenger, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Spider-Man Homecoming, Black Panther, and Avengers Infinity War. That's a good chunk. That's a good chunk right there. So there you have it. Oops, I just crossed off the wrong one. Let's see here. This one's still good. Okay. Alright, 15 minutes till my boys join me. Get some water here. Okay, let's go north here. Chocobo! What's this? Oh. Oh, it's a little, like, kind of oasis or something here. Alright, how are my supplies doing? Oh, I don't have the cash for most of this stuff. Okay. Ooh, spells. I don't think I need any of these. Alright, we're good for now. Oh, I should sell stuff, though. Oops. I wish there was an option to, you know, sell all junk or whatever. What do we got here? Huh. No, I'm good. Okay, now I got some options here. Katana. Oh, I still don't... Well, let's see. No, I have enough money for these. Platinum sword. What kind of weapons is what's-his-dude using? Let's see here. What do we got here? Ninja swords. Koga blade. Where are your weapons, dude? Oh, let's see. Ashura. Okay, let's see here. Okay. So I think that's what I just saw in the store. And then this dude, he uses these guns. Was there a new gun in there? I don't know, let's go see. The license system is a little cumbersome. I'm not a big fan of it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's a katana, it's not a ninja sword. Where are the ninja swords? I want to buy some ninja swords. Alright. Oh, that's a better weapon for him, and he could equip that now. So, yeah, let's pick that up. Alright. And then Fran, what's she using? She's got the flame staff right now. Okay. Let's see here. Golden staff. So I should maybe see if she can buy that. Flame staff. Oh, there's the golden staff. Okay. Nice. Okay, let me look at Vaughn's licenses one more time. Wait, do I have an Ashura? Should I equip that? Oh, that is better. Oh, that's a ton better. Oh my gosh. Nice. Okay. Dragon shit. He can equip that? Really? Score, baby. Oh, dang it. So it's a two-handed weapon. That's why. Okay, never mind. That's fine. That's fine. Alright. John Wilkerson asks, would you rather fight a human-sized squirrel or 50 squirrel-sized humans? Oh my gosh, you got a copy of Zobmondo you're looking at, John? Oh, jeez. I guess... a human-sized squirrel, that's really disturbing. For some reason, more disturbing than 50 squirrel-sized humans. I think I would have to go with... I'd go with the human-sized... I don't want to kill people. But a human-sized squirrel, that is so disturbing to me. I'd have to go with that. Oh, man. Alright, let's see. It's about time for me to get ready for my boys to come in here.